A section of the Sumac Microfinance Bank staff members recently underwent a rigorous week of training in the ESG framework, which is a continuing exercise at the bank to ensure the board, management and staff members of the bank are fully compliant with ESG. The ESG framework, which refers to Environmental, Social and Governance Framework, has become a crucial component for all well-meaning corporate institutions across the world. Compliance with this framework is essential in Sumac Microfinance Bank's posterity as a financial organisation. Our media team caught up with the lead trainer, Odero, as well as some of the participants of the training, who were more than glad to share their experience in the week-long training.
Thank you. Well, my name is Odero, as you've said, and I'm an ESG consultant, popularly known as sustainability. And ESG simply stands for environmental, social, and governance. But allow me to add an indicator in between the S and the G, and let's have it as ESCG, which is environmental, social, and climate governance. And this is my 7th year in this space, handling different aspects of the acronym, that is ESCG. And I want to say that the work that is involved in getting ESCG right is not as brief as the acronym is. There's a lot of work that institutions have to put in place to get their environmental functions right, the social, the climate governance, and the governance function as a standalone point right. And having said that, my years of experience in this space has shown that much as institutions tend to put the subject aside, when they're introduced to the level of risks that they're exposed to, when they do not have environmental, social, and climate governance lenses in their operations, then many get surprised, at how much exposed they are. And for that reason, with proper training and with proper mentorship, financial institutions are beginning to take environmental, social, and climate governance very seriously. I must say that my journey with Sumac, in terms of working together to strengthen the institution's ESG framework, has been very unique. This journey started by having one of the board members and the CEO attend one of my trainings, which was organized by MEST in 2022. And from that, they gained an interest in the subject, and it followed with them bringing, the senior management and the entire board of the institution together to be trained by myself on the basics of environmental, social, and climate governance. And at that point, the board members realized that without proper systems to govern or to protect the institutions against environmental, social, and governance risks, and in this case climate governance risks, then they were bound to have really bad portfolios. So in that spirit, you cannot really get to know what to do if you don't know where you are. So you have to start from somewhere. So following that training, I was contracted to support the institution through an environmental and social audit to establish the areas of weaknesses and the areas of strengths. And of course, weakness does not necessarily mean that there's nothing that you can do. It simply means that you're acknowledging that we have an area or a gap in the system. And for that reason, what are we going to do to make sure that we turn the weaknesses to strength so that we can maximize, one, on the opportunities in environmental, social, and climate governance, and number two, to de-risk the institution's investments against related risks. After that, the audit revealed that there were quite a number of areas that the institution needed to work on. And that now brought us to the level where the institution again engaged me to develop their environmental and social strategy, basically the sustainability strategy. We have worked on the ESG policy, the outcomes management system, and allow me to just shed a little bit of light on outcomes management. You cannot be in business without knowing the kind of impact your products and services are having either in the community or in the life of your clients. Because a satisfied client will always either market you or be a repeat client. So it is very important that we get to understand, as financial sector service providers, we need to understand what is the impact, whether negative or positive, we are making in the society. So for that reason, the board members found it fit to also not just end at the sustainability level, but also analyze its outcomes management system. So we developed that. We looked at the environmental and social management system, and apart from just coming up with a documentation framework, policy and procedure framework, the board members and senior managers also realized that from the audit, many of the staff did not understand what ESG or ESG is all about. And that brings us to the training. This is the 4th capacity building training that we are doing with Sumac. And it's fulfilling to see how participants walk into class green with an expectation of what is ESG all about? How does it apply to business? How does it relate with my daily operations? How does it contribute to the business profitability? And in less than 1 day of training, people start to ask themselves, how have we been doing business without ESG? Because they see the relevance and the connectivity that the ESG or sustainability standards have to do with business. And for that reason, I must say, I'm happy that I have steered this project. I'm happy to see the senior management, the CEO, and the board of Sumac, including the staff, embrace sustainability standards from the point of knowledge and information. I'm so excited to see how they are able to relate the sustainability standards and business. And above all, I'm so excited to see how Sumac is positioning itself to not only be a market leader when it comes to sustainability matters, but also positioning itself to maximize on the myriad opportunities that ESG present to businesses.
The ESG training that we've gone through, I can say that it has been very timely. Many other things that we've learned that are beneficial to our organization, especially matters touching on in environment, social, and governance. I would pick a few elements in social engagement which I can relate, especially under operations. It is imperative that we build sustainable businesses, and it means that we need to relate well with our customers and stakeholders. Our processes should be they should be in such a manner they deepen that relationship. We have flagship products, for instance, like Kilimo Biashara, where we advance facilities to farmers. We need to look at them holistically, see how they employ agriculture skills and techniques that will not expose them to environmental risks. For instance, like soil erosion or a case of recent floods that we had. If by so doing and ensuring that there is continuity, or we ensure that they are not exposed to such risks, we are ascertained that they will be in business. And once they're in business, we are also guaranteed that they'll be coming back to us. Our relationship should not end at the branches. Our relationship with our customers should not end at the branches or at our service centers or agencies. It should go beyond in order for us to ensure that we have a robust and sustainable business even for ourselves. I would say that I'm very grateful for this opportunity. I appreciate the management for giving us such a wonderful opportunity, and also for the facilitator who really sowed seeds of curiosity that will create a need for us even to learn more in the subject matter. And I can say once Sumac has embraced this, it will be open for even funding. It will be aligned with SDGs and other government initiatives.
My key takeaway from this session has been the importance of climate and environmental changes and how they are affecting our businesses, our day-to-day businesses at the bank. How if we fail to look at how the environment is affecting our products, how easy it's going to get to translate the products into a loss. The sessions have been quite interactive. They are very lively. We have a very nice coordinator, Mercy Odero. I love her mode of delivery. At any given point where she feels like the class is taking in the facilitation in complexity, she's able to read the room and give us time, maybe set aside some time. We either do an activity like dancing or question and answer so that we can relax, then get back to the discussions. Definitely Sumac is richer. First of all, I'd like to commend them for a good job of investing in their staff through these trainings. But partially, I believe that this will greatly depend on how the staff will be able to implement and train other people in their branches and also at the head office. Teamwork is what is going to bring in results. ESG is actually quite essential in the day-to-day running of businesses, and especially matters affecting the environment and climate. This is an area we cannot afford to leave behind because of the repercussions that come with it. So I feel this is a very, very big part that needs to be incorporated in the corporate sector.
Some of the things that have come up is we've realized areas where we have had customers whom, if we had trained on matters ESG, they would have avoided some of the pitfalls, some of the losses they have incurred. So when we look at going forward with the same customers, we are going to take time and train them. We are also going to take time and pass through the tool so that we're able to evaluate and advise the customers on how to avoid future impact of the climate. Some of our customers are in sectors like construction and hospitality. We realize that they have no systems, for example, disposing of the waste from their site or from their restaurants. So if we had had a chance of going through the ESG before we got to the opportunity to fund them, we would have advised them on how to do the necessary things in as far as disposing of the waste is concerned. That would have served them well, and they would have had opportunities, for example, of recycling some of those waste, and possibly made some more income on their side. We realize that most of our customers are not aware of the opportunities that could be available even for funding in as far as ESG is concerned. What we realize is the customers have been coming purely for making profit, but now with this understanding, we are going to engage these customers so that going forward, they just do not just come for the profit. It is not profit at whatever cost. It is an area where they will make profit and have opportunities of doing business while caring for the environment. The other bit I realize that I have now been enlightened, and I'm going to enlighten my customers, is concerning the ethics. Some of my customers have not been handling the employees very well. Now with this knowledge and understanding, you take them through, and they're likely to absorb, to agree to change their ways so that they employ, even if they are casual workers, they take care of the social aspect of those employees.
What ESG has stood out strongly in terms of credit matters is that ESG has from what I've learned, it has helped us know how to assess the business sustainability using the environmental, social, and governance issues. Also, ESG has helped us from the outcomes of the ESG matters. We are able to understand our customers more. We're able to see the opportunities that are there in terms of the ESG. We're able to understand our customers' businesses more, and also we're able to make very informed decisions where we are touching in all areas of social, environmental, and governance, which makes us have a very informative decision when you're making it. And also we're able to advise our customers on areas of improvement and the importance of ESG related to their businesses. Most of our customers are aware of ESG, but they have not really been sensitized to know what it is exactly. But in some cases, they're practicing part of the things day to day, but with sensitization, they're able to understand it more and they'll be able to employ it in their businesses. If we're able to incorporate the ESG policies and also the ESG risk rating for our customers, then we'll have been able to prevent some of these things that are happening by properly advising our customers, by properly sensitizing our customers on what to do. Most of these issues, some of them might be climatical, where the customers are unable to do anything regarding about it, but they should have been able to cushion such things in the future if they happened.
I definitely didn't know anything about ESG, but I'm surprised. The opportunities it carries, so many things that we've been missing, so many points that we could have capitalized on, and we didn't know anything about this. So it is an eye-opener, and we can harvest in this ESG program. As I am working in credit, and I think ESG what stood out for me, and even what I've been thinking about, are the opportunities that ESG can bring. Because currently the world is going green, and that is the agenda that everybody, the government, the other institutions are pushing. So as also an institution, and also as we work on credit, that could be so much something that we can focus on, and it can really boost our confidence in customers, our confidence with other stakeholders, and we can also capitalize on those opportunities that are there.
What I've learned in this ESG training, it has been interactive. It has taught me a lot in terms of environmental, social governance, and how we can use this information and knowledge to assist our clients in making the right decisions in terms of their businesses. The training has been very interactive. There have been group assignments where we have interacted in terms of groups, working with people in different branches, also different departments, and also brainstorming on the different ideas in terms of the ESG framework. We have also used simulations, flowcharts, images, just to explain further and to enrich this information for a better understanding. I loved the training. It was very interactive, lots of interactions with our clients, with the trainer. I've learned a lot through this process and journey. It is easy to say ESG is easy, just the environmental and the social governance of it, but was not intentional on the effect and the impact of the ESG framework in terms of our businesses, in terms of our daily operations. So during this training and within this training, I've learned a lot on being intentional about the ESG framework, and also how this information will be impactful to our clients and the community in general. I'm so thankful to the board, to the management, senior management, also the branch management for allowing me to come to this training. I've learned a lot, and I'll be very impactful even at the branch level, even with our clients, even with the loan appraisals and also the credit committees. I'll use this information to bring an impact and a change into our daily routine. It was not just a training, but it was a training that has been impactful to me, and I'll use the information and the knowledge also in the community, empowering people, teaching the business people, hey, we can look at this environmental social governance and our effect and our impact in the community.
The training has been very nice, very interactive and very informative, in line with what is happening around. And especially it came in a time when we are having environmental challenges, especially in our country and Africa. The climate change issues that have been affecting, that we've been talking about, we can now see the reality. The part whereby we have been polluting our environment for so long. So the subject that we are learning currently and around this time now is very relevant to address the environmental and social needs as an individual, as an organization, and as a nation as a whole. So my take, I am very grateful that the subject is coming at such a point in time, and with our very wonderful facilitator. She has given us a chance so that we can discuss the subject matter freely, and we are really enjoying. I hope in the next 1 or 2 days that we are going to have the training, it's going to be very exciting. We've also touched something about communication, which is very vital for us to deliver whatever we are doing. Communication becomes very important. How we communicate amongst ourselves in the organization and even outside with our stakeholders.
The trainer is well aware of the topic. The delivery has been very okay, and the content was well addressed. The most glaring problem with the banking sector in terms of ESG compliance is that most of the banks or even the customers are not aware of the ESG risks that they can identify and to mitigate, so that as we give loans to our customers, we are able to advise them on the ESG risks that they are facing or they may face in their normal business environment. And we also now, once we advise them on the compliance of the ESG requirements and international standards, they can be able to improve on those risks and comply as per the requirements by the relevant government and regulations. Actually, we are already affected by environmental changes. Looking at the floods that are happening in Kenya, for example, our securities have been affected by the floods. The land we have been taking have been affected by the floods. So it's the right time, and we have already identified there's a big gap of ESG risks that we need to cater and embrace, so that we avoid the risks that are associated as we maximize our incomes as we give the customers the loans. Okay, the training has been very good. It's impactful, and I would request the management to embrace the ESG toolkit so that we can be able to mitigate the risks that are associated with the environmental, social, and governance issues, because they are already prevalent in our daily lending operations.
I've interacted with so many customers, some of them affected by the environment, but they were not aware. It has been a challenge to even ask the officers, advise them, because we also did not have enough knowledge on the same. In some instances, our collaterals were affected by instances that or climatic conditions that we had not foreseen. Other customers had their businesses affected by conditions that we could not foresee. And sometimes you find they even did not have the necessary permits or even the insurance to cover against the environmental risks that were associated. With this training, we are now able to advise our customers on the need of being aware of their environmental risks in their businesses. So we are able to advise them on the need for having the NEMA, the environmental impact assessments, and the environmental audits. So going forward, we are looking to a more better approach in terms of appraising our customers, advising them, and I'm sure we'll have a healthy portfolio based on our ESG training. To add on that, our appraisals will be based on the environment. Part of the component or the credit scoring will include the environmental bit.
One of the things that we've come to appreciate is that data is very important to understand how our clients' businesses operate, which is very effective, very important to the ESG process, understanding how they operate, how they are affected by the environment, which is very critical for us to make an informed decision. So data is the bedrock of the whole process, and there are various ways that have been introduced on how we can collect the data. We have various tools that we use which are very effective. They ask specific questions to the customers so that and they are very precise and very relevant for us to gather enough information so that we can understand how the businesses of our clients work, how they are affected, for example, by the environment, and also to understand the risk that these businesses face, which might directly affect us since we are their funders. So the data that we collect, we understand it must be relevant, precise, and very complete. If it's incomplete, it will be difficult to make an informed decision. And I think the tool that we have come up with is very effective, and it is a tool that we plan on taking on immediately so that we can also assist. With the data collected, we can also be in a position to assist our clients through advice to understand their businesses better and help them understand the risk involved in their businesses, because we realize some of the clients are more into, are not conversant with the risks surrounding their businesses. This data will help us to advise the clients. E.g., for example, we can even give free management trainings to them so that they can be able to improve their businesses and in turn protect our investments. And with this, we both win. The clients will prosper and we'll also have safeguarded our investment.
We have learned quite a number of things that we have not been implementing in our credit, and this is ESG, environmental, social, and governance issues. How can we be able to incorporate this into our lending system so that we can be able to add value to the businesses we do and also to our business as a bank? And some of the things that have really been come out so strongly on the process is how, apart from even learning it as a bank, as an individual, how do I take care of my environment in terms of social and governance issues? Two, we have learned also customer service. Customer service is one of the key areas that we do apply all over in our lives. And teamwork comes out very strongly that even as a supervisor, I don't have to do everything on my own. There's always that tendency to do it by yourself and to shine. But incorporating the various talents of other people and doing it together, it means that it's going to be a bigger picture in terms of outcome. So together, we win as a team.